Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you are all doing well. Got a new update video here, all SteelBooks. I did an unboxing for a couple of these, but all the other ones are new to talk about here. And I'm going to jump right in. First one here is Baby Driver, and this is the latest film from Edgar Wright. I absolutely loved this here. It's up there with one of my favorite films from last year, no doubt about it. And just a really fun ride. Edgar Wright, he's one of the few people out there, I think James Gunn fits into this category as well, where they blend genres so well, where the comedic moments stand out, but they don't take you out of like an intense dramatic scene. This movie just has everything in it. I absolutely loved it. Cannot recommend this movie enough. Great cast in here too. Ansel Elgort, who is the main guy in here. Fantastic role from him. It's the first movie I think I've ever seen him in. Really liked him here. Jamie Foxx was fantastic. Kevin Spacey was great in here. This is just such a fun ride. If you like Edgar Wright or just badass films in general, this is a great one to check out for sure. Gorgeous steelbook too. Next we've got It, the chapter 1, I guess we'll call it now. I really enjoyed this. It was fun, but it wasn't scary to me. This didn't hit the horror that I was hoping it was going to hit. I thought it was a good time, good coming-of-age kind of film that just happened to have, you know, a demonic horror clown in it. So, not really scary, but it was a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to the sequel to this. I'm hoping they kind of crank up the notch a little bit. What this fell under for me a little bit was like that action horror kind of stuff, which it's okay sometimes, but you know, I feel like it's a cop-out where you're building up a tense scene and then it just gets really loud and there's so much happening and it kind of kills the suspense of that moment. But nevertheless, it was a good time. Did end up enjoying that quite a bit. Next here we got the latest Blade Runner. Blade Runner 2049. This was awesome. I love Ryan Gosling, love Harrison Ford, obviously. There he is right there. But this was awesome. I love this. It was very long, and it didn't feel long to me. It was a very slow burn, but I don't know, like the score, the atmosphere, the cinematography, everything really had me roped in the entire way with this here. I really enjoyed this. Really, I mean, the sequel that Blade Runner deserved. I really felt they hit it hard with this. This didn't feel like just a quick cash grab because they're trying to bring back an old property. They really handled this with care, and I loved it. Next here, we've got Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2, and I am in love with this show. It's such a bummer they just canceled this after Season 3. Haven't seen Season 3 yet. I guess I'm part of the problem because I'm not watching Stars, but I always wait for them to come out. I'll buy them and binge watch it, but you know, nevertheless, it's been fantastic so far. I absolutely love it. I love how it's bringing in fresh, new ideas, new characters, but tying it back to the original lore and the original 3 films so beautifully. In love with this right now. Cannot wait to catch Season 3. Next, we got The Lion King. And this is the Signature Collection series, so I did a full unboxing for this. You can check it on my channel, but Lion King's a classic. This is, you know, the Disney films that I grew up with as a kid, like those 90s films, like The Lion King, Little Mermaid, Aladdin. Those were always the ones I remembered watching a lot, and just Lion King is fantastic. Next, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and love this one just as much as the first. I think the first one edges it out for me just a little bit because I think it just took me by storm and just caught me way off guard with how awesome that film was and how presentable, and just falling in love with those characters. You can't really capture that again, but as far as the story, building off of those characters and everything, I felt this was just as good. I mean, really hats off to James Gunn for, taking a Marvel property that nobody really knows. I barely knew the Guardians at all before these movies, and just love both of these films. And they were fantastic in Infinity War, too. I absolutely loved everything in Infinity War, but having the Guardians mixed in there with the Avengers and stuff was super dope. So, yeah, I did a full unboxing for that one, too. Next, this is a little bit older here. This is how long it's been since I've done an update for the SteelBooks, but it is Doctor Strange. And this is a gorgeous steelbook. This is one of the ones that definitely stands out for me because I like simplicity sometimes. And the simplicity of this here, to me, is perfect. I don't need like a ton of artwork and stuff sometimes. This works just great. But just a gorgeous steelbook, really kind of captures the film. And I really enjoyed Doctor Strange a lot. Marvel is obviously just killing it, but I love Benedict Cumberbatch in the role for Stephen Strange, and I really just feels like he was built for that role. Their casting choices for these characters are spot on, man. Like, everybody is kind of the perfect embodiment of their character, which, man, hats off to Marvel, because it just makes it that much more fun. Next, we got SpiderMan Homecoming, and absolutely love this. Spider-Man, he's my guy. My favorite superhero ever, always was as a kid. And when the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans came out, I love the first two. The third one, honestly, I feel is okay, but the first two Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, to me, I mean, so near and dear to my heart. I absolutely love those films. Did not care for the Andrew Garfield films at all. This here was a beautiful return to form, and really kind of the best Peter Parker that we've had on screen. Tom Holland is perfect. He looks the age. You know, and he is young. He's young as it is, but it just worked out perfect. This is Spider-Man. This is Peter Parker, and I love this in here. I like that they didn't overutilize Iron Man. It's just a nice touch to kind of bring Spider-Man into the story, but it wasn't dependent on, you know, Robert Downey Jr. in this film at all. And Michael Keaton as Vulture in this, I thought was awesome. One of the best MCU villains for sure. I mean, he's top 3. Absolutely love Michael Keaton in that. Perfect, 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 perfect. Lovely. La La Land. Really enjoyed this as well. I bought this when it first came out. It took a long time to watch. It was sitting on the shelf forever. Just finally was able to get around to it. Really enjoyed this movie. It's a really fun musical, really great story. Kind of love the whole dynamic with it. I'm a musician myself, so kind of seeing, you know, the aspiring dream to become that musician and tour and do all that kind of stuff. It was like easily relatable for me, and I love musicals now. So I was really into this film, really liked it. Gosling, of course, you know, love Gosling. Emma Stone's great. Good times. Next, we've got Whiplash, and this was one of my favorite films from a couple of years back when this came out. This is such a badass movie. If you have not seen this movie, definitely recommend this. This gets one of the highest recommendations I could give for sure. And if you're a musician, gotta see this for sure. And this steelbook is gorgeous. It's kind of like, I guess, a crash or a ride symbol, whatever it's supposed to be, but kind of neat there. We open it up, it creates it, and inside there's a snare drum, which is pretty cool. So, but love this movie. J.K. Simmons puts on the performance of a lifetime, and I'm telling you, one of the greatest payoffs of any film I've ever seen. The last 10 minutes of that movie, I don't even know if I could put it into words, man. It is so damn good. And last but not least here, Space Jam. And I missed this on Black Friday. I think this was going for like $6, maybe $7 or something on Black Friday. I missed it because my local one was sold out, and by the time I was able to get to the next Best Buy, we already passed the sales and stuff. But I picked it up because it was only like a couple bucks more for the regular price that they had on anyways. So always remembered, you know, watching this movie as a kid and stuff. Love it, but it's not quite as fun as it was. There's some nostalgia there to it, but it moves a lot faster than I originally remembered. Like, you kind of start this and everything just happens and then it's over. For some reason, I feel like there was more to this that I forgot about or something, but always a good time. Michael Jordan's awesome. There's legit a couple of moments in this movie that get me a little emotional. I don't know why. I think it's just because of the music and just growing up with the Bulls being from Chicago, the Chicago area and stuff, and the Bulls in the 90s and Michael Jordan and all that, but for some reason, you know, at the end of the movie, when they introduce Michael Jordan back onto the baseball field, like, I don't know, man, like, it gives me the feels for some reason. It kind of hits that spot for me. But that's the stack of the steelbooks there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have seen any of these movies, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you've been watching lately, any new pickups that you've got. Got a couple other films that I gotta do some updates for. I got like 2 shelves worth of stuff and some other really cool releases that I picked up. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. I did start a new Facebook channel, and we'll be doing YouTube stuff too, but it's Nerf Herder Studios. So I was doing the podcast where I with a couple buddies. We're now doing Nerf Herder Studios, kind of doing just like a movie Facebook channel and stuff. And eventually we're going to start looking into doing some short films and, you know, just kind of expand off of that. But really just want to build kind of like a movie community and stuff. But it's facebook.com/NerfHerderStudios. So give that a check. Please give it a like, and really appreciate it. So thank you guys again. I will catch you all next time.